The US Army, though, has launched a criminal investigation. Will you cooperate with that?
Of course.
Would you be afraid to go to the US at the moment?
I've been advised by my lawyers in relation to an earlier matter to not go to the United States, and senior national security reporters such as Cy Hirsch have also reiterated that concern. That said, there does seem to be a change of opinion in the United States, so I think wiser heads are prevailing.
On the basis that you're saying that President Obama says he can learn from these leaks, is that what you mean?
Well, under simply that the private rhetoric within the White House, which we were receiving, is starting to match up to the public rhetoric. That was immediately before this leak, so we'll have to see what the sort of political fallout. But the US needs to understand that the world is watching to see, is it going to investigate the crimes that are probably revealed by this leak, or is it going to investigate the messengers?
How confident are you can protect your source or sources?
We're confident that we can protect our sources. Now, of course, we have never lost a source, but there is always a first time. We're not a totally infallible organisation, but we have the best history in journalism.
Why then offer to give financial help to the US officer Bradley Manning, who's being held in Kuwait, accused of being involved in the leaks? Why offer to help? Does that not point the finger at him?
No, not at all. We're in a situation where our technology means we don't know who our sources are. We verify documents, we don't verify sources.
But you're offering him financial help, let's just be clear. Is it financial help for legal counsel?
Yes, for legal counsel. He is alleged to have released to us a video exposing the murder of a number of people in Baghdad, including 2 Reuters journalists from 2007. He is being held in Kuwait, and he has been recently charged with that. So we are morally obligated to try and help him as an alleged source. However, the mechanism through which he is alleged to have been exposed was not WikiLeaks, it's not our procedures. He is alleged to have spoken to an unfaithful journalist in the United States who ratted him out to the FBI.
How confident are you, though, about the veracity of some of the material? And actually, do you know what you're dealing with? Because the danger is that you are putting people's lives in danger by not actually understanding what's been leaked to you.
No, the danger is that this war continues on in the... We know for sure, looking at that material, that around 20,000 people have been killed since 2004. There is a danger every day that circumstance is not addressed.
But some of the most damaging material that's come out is about the Pakistani intelligence services working hand in hand with the Taliban to attack the coalition. That comes from Afghan sources. They would say that, wouldn't they? The history of enmity is clear.
It is clear from looking at this material that there are informers who inform for a number of reasons. There are informers who inform for money. There are informers who inform for revenge on perfectly innocent people. And there are informers who inform for the truth.
Are you against the coalition action in Afghanistan?
I'm against abuses that occur in war.
But you understand the need to fight the Taliban and, by extension, Al-Qaeda?
I understand that aggressive forces need to be opposed diplomatically and militarily in various circumstances.
But are you not concerned about
that does not in any way legitimize all acts that occur in war, in any way.
But is there not a danger that in what you're doing you're giving succor to the Taliban?
No, the truth must come first. First the truth, because without the truth no public policy is coherent.
Are you concerned at all about demoralizing US and coalition forces in Afghanistan?
US forces are demoralized because they have been assassinating people without going through judicial process, or because they have been engaged in civilian casualties. If they are demoralized by that, they should change their behavior.
Do you fear for your life?
We have established security procedures with different countries. There are security concerns from time to time, some of them very serious.
But have you ever been threatened?
We've been threatened many times, yes.
And do you think you're being followed?
We have surveillance events from time to time that are serious in terms of surveillance. They are rarely serious in terms of physical threats.
It's said that you are a very unusual person and that you essentially live out of not necessarily two bags, but one bag's at a computer and one bag's at your clothes. Is that actually the truth?
Or like a war correspondent, I travel around the world where I am needed to do our tasks. Of course, some journalists like to take a more romantic view.
Or more, shall we say, a swashbuckling kind of thriller-esque view. I mean, Jason Bourne comes to mind.
Well, there are elements like that have occurred from time to time, and they are serious.
It said there's another tranche of information coming out. Is that true? From WikiLeaks.
Well, we have millions of documents.
But on this Afghan whole slew of material, you arranged
there's approximately 15,000 documents that we withheld in order to do a more extensive harm minimization review. Once that is completed, those will be released.
And there's nothing that will stop you.
Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is the understanding of fear. So there is nothing effectively that will stop us from this.
How do you support yourself financially?
Since January, when we started fundraising in earnest from the general public, we have received $1 million from mums and dads, from people like you, from journalists, from human rights workers. Not a single dollar from any institution, not a single dollar from a company, not a single dollar from a government.
Finally, the criticism is that this is essentially a giant ego trip for Julian Assange. What do you say?
Well, it's completely ridiculous. We have a number of people working with us, an extraordinary number of people. I am in the position as a representative of those people, and to some degree as a representative of the people who take the real risks in this organisation, and that is the sources who provide us with material.
Julian Assange, thank you very much indeed.